For our Babylon 5 review, Mind War after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and in this episode we have a rogue telepath who has arrived at Babylon 5, and not far behind him, the Psychops, and we introduce Alfred Bester. He only identifies himself as Bester, but we find that not only is he a rather unpleasant individual to begin with, but that Psy-Corps itself is more than it seems. Now, we have seen in past episodes a certain distrust of telepaths and an even greater distrust of Psy-Corps because, you don't know what's going on with them. But it's revealed in this episode that Psy-Corps is much more insidious than even people thought, that they are getting involved, pulling the strings of government, and going along without anybody to watch them. And that is where we find Bester and his associate as they come after this rogue telepath. You can't really trust that this telepath in question, his name is Jason Ironheart, former instructor for Talia, has come basically to Babylon 5 to try to contact her. But what we see in this episode is basically the life of a telepath and how they are able to perceive other people's thoughts, how they're able to ignore those things that they shouldn't be paying attention to, and how deep that they can go on a normal way. And this is all explained, some of it by Talia herself. We learn more from Ironheart. We learn more from Bester. And through all of this is basically to tell us what the Psy-Corps is what the Psy-Corps is all about, what telepaths are, and to each other. It's interesting, and once again, a nice way of defining the characters. In another place, G'Kar, we don't see anything of Londo this time, but we do see G'Kar, and no one here, he says, is entirely what they appear. Not Londo, not me, not the commander. And this apparently is going to have a long way to go, but in this case, G'Kar indeed is not what he appears. And it's an interesting twist near the end. We know that Catherine is going on a dangerous mission. She doesn't realize how dangerous it is or where the danger is coming from, and that's also an interesting plot point here. But really, in a B story, it's kind of predictable. It's okay. It just kind of shows how commerce is done around the station. And we do see what a full mind scan of the Psy-Corps is like. Not pleasant. It's almost like mind rape. And we also have a little interesting touch at the ending. If you've ever seen The Prisoner, the Patrick McGoohan version of The Prisoner, in the village, everybody who were all spies that were put away in this village so that whatever they knew would not be shared with anyone else, I suppose. Anytime that they encountered each other, they would make kind of a salute and go, "Be seeing you." And Bester did that to the commander as he left. And I think that's kind of telling. Otherwise, as usual, a very good episode. There's a lot of action in it. There's a lot of intrigue. And there's also, once again, a way to learn a little bit more about the characters as we move along. So we recommend this. It is Mind War, Episode 7 of the first season of Babylon 5. I'd like to know what you think about it, and while you're thinking about it, why not subscribe and click a like button if you would. And we will look forward to your comments that you can leave below. So and of course, today also we have another episode of Lower Decks we hope to share with you. And then on Monday, of course, Tuesday, of course, we go back to Deep Space Nine, the original series on Wednesday, and so on. So until next time, don't go far.